Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Dan and welcome to the Plus Show. Today we're talking about one of the questions that many of us have had asked ourselves, and many of us may be in the process of asking ourselves again, and that is, should Christians / anybody watch Game of Thrones? If you don't know what Game of Thrones is, let's take a little second and talk about this. This show burst on the scenes in 2011 when it came in with a gritty action and kind of Lord of the Rings-esque and a whole bunch of other stuff. The show has really risen to an unrivaled level of popularity. The premiere of its final season brought in about 10.1 million viewers for same-day DVR and live viewership. This is a crazy number, shattering the previous number, about 8.3. So what we see is a humongous growth, and that's just people who are watching the same day on the DVR. It's also not including, I don't believe, HBO Go viewers, the people who are streaming online. Without a doubt, it's a massive, massive audience. Every person has really had to, because it's such a buzzword, so talked about in pop culture and everything today, we've all had to ask ourselves the question, should I watch this show? And really what it comes down to is there's violence, there's language, but really the big one is nudity. There's sexual content and gratuitous nudity. There's a lot of it. If you go through the IMDb page, it is just roll after roll after roll after roll of just nudity that happens in this show. As Christians, I think we have to be careful of this for a few reasons. The Bible makes it abundantly clear about this kind of thing. You might say the Bible doesn't talk about TV, Daniel. What are you talking about? You'd be right. The Bible does not discuss TV because it didn't exist. I understand that. But the Bible does talk about lust quite a bit. Let's look at, first off, Exodus chapter 20, verse 14, when it says, "You shall not commit adultery." You say, well, Daniel, I'm not committing adultery. It's not like I'm out here doing this with somebody. I'm watching something. Let's look at Psalms 101, verse 3. It says, "I will not look with approval on anything that is vile. I hate what faithless people do. I will have no part in it." And if that doesn't convince you, look at the words of Jesus himself. He says, "But I tell you that if anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart." Now let's get this baked down here for a second. Let's boil this down. The reality is that shows like Game of Thrones really throw that in there for one reason, to get you to watch. It's not necessary to the plot. Let's all agree. They may put necessary plot points in there or something like that, but it is not necessary to the plot. So they throw that in there to get people to watch it. Now hopefully, and I think what makes Game of Thrones a little bit bigger, a little bit better, is because they do have good stuff around that, and that's 100% true. But is the cost worth what you get? Is the cost of what that does to you physically? If you don't buy what I'm saying purely from a biblical perspective, let's look at it from a scientific perspective. I'm gonna link down below to a video by ASAP Science, which goes into the depths of really why pornography is bad and what that does to your mind. Literally, to summarize it in some senses, pornography begins to basically become a drug. It becomes to be where you can't do other things because you're so addicted to pornography. You're so addicted to the rush, to what it does, because it creates dopamine, and that dopamine creates basically neural pathways that lead you back to that over and over and over again. So it leads you to a very dark place. And the reality is this, that shows like this, they want one thing from you, your time, your money. That's all they want. So they'll do anything they can to get you in a seat watching it week after week after week. Is Game of Thrones something Christians should watch? No. Is it something anybody should watch? No. The reality is the sexualization of our culture is horrible right now. And as Christians, we have to protect our hearts. We have to guard our children's hearts. We have to guard our friends, our fellows, our families. I mean, literally, guys, this is something that's an attack on us. And for all the people out there who try to say that pornography is not bad, take away the Bible, okay? I mean, not that that's 100% to me. Scientifically, there are issues that happen into mental development, into the way we structure, the way we just live life, that are affected negatively by pornography. Shows like Game of Thrones and others like it are without a doubt something that we should avoid. But this is a discussion, so I want to hear your thoughts. Comment down below with what you think. What do you think about Game of Thrones? Do you watch it? Do you not? What's your reasoning? I'd love to have a discussion down below. And comment down below if you have an idea for something else you'd like to see us do. So if you have an idea for a show, put it down there. We'll do the same kind of analysis over it. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, guys. So without further ado, if you want to see more, make sure you smash that subscribe button. If you like what we do, make sure you give us that thumbs up button. Let us know that you're enjoying the video. And guys, as always, my name is Dan. God bless, and I'll see you next time.